tell you what, like the wins above replacement, the WAR stat is complete garbage. I don't think we've ever had like a single outfielder post a positive like defensive metric in Coors Field, and that's like so much a component of WAR, right? Like I can't even call it a statistic. A statistic is an objective measurement, right? And WAR has this like objective. I'm just making up a value for your defensive ability, and then I'm park adjusting that also, and I'm going to ding everybody for it, and then all of a sudden your WAR is now like I think half of what it should be. Like I think there's lots of reasons where it's kind of tough to be a player in Colorado to deal with what only one organization in the big leagues has to deal with.
Well, and that's a valid argument against WAR, because it's kind of an arbitrary thing taking a replacement guy and what their value would be. And Carl, he's right. How do you set what that value would be of that player? Some guy just decided Colorado. This is what it is.
Here's a good example. They sent and this kind of grinds my gears. They sent the All-Star ballots out, and we had a player on the All-Star ballot, and you know how it is. Like there's fan voting, which is popularity, and then the players get to vote on who they think kind of deserves mm-hmm. to be there, mm-hmm. and that doesn't always overlap with the fans. They sent out the stats, and then they sent a link to the stats for each position, and it was ranked by OPS. I think OPS is a great stat. On-base percentage plus slugging. You can't just be a speedy guy that walks a lot. You can't just be a power hitter that hits 200. Like OPS is a great blend. We had a player who was like at their position, like top 5 or 6 at that position in OPS, maybe 7. But for some reason on the ballot, they didn't rank it, best to worst by OPS or average or anything like that. They ranked it by WAR. And so this top 6 player was ranked number 30 because WAR dinged him that much. So that, like no shot at that guy, making the All-Star team. So, I just feel like is WAR, I don't know. I didn't come on here to like bash WAR.
No, but it's a good
conversation.
How can you be a top 5, 6, 7, top 10 player and then get pushed down to number 30? I find that hard to believe that all of that is based upon, I guess there's base running too, base running and or defense. I don't know. And so anyway, that's like a Coors Field mechanism, right? Like that's hey, WAR hates Coors Field or hates player, like doesn't properly grasp what it means to play at Coors Field. And now they're talking about, like in the future linking arbitration to WAR, that kind of like I don't think that'll ever happen. But if they were ever to come back and say, oh yeah, like we're going to pay you X amount per win above replacement, well, like that guy's going to be really pissed if he's a top 6 offensive player, but now he's getting compensated as if he was number 30 on the list.
Well, it doesn't make sense though. If they're going to try and use that in arbitration, that's going to help the league in a positive way, and it would hurt the players. But in my mind, if a player's stats stand up in a certain regard all across the board, and the WAR brings them down like that, it doesn't seem like a valid stat at all. If it's not at least close to in line with.
Now, if the guy can't catch, like say he can't catch, like I could understand.
Sure.
I could understand that.
Sure.
But I think the difference from number 6 and number 30 is, we'll just say, offensively is probably like 30 hits or something. I don't know. A lot. It seems like a lot. I don't know how in the world you could say that like this particular player is making 30 less outs defensively than somebody else. Like that seems like way too much. I can understand
that's extreme.
7, something like that. It doesn't add up.